Hello and welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is Motor Mike Media, and as always, I'm Motor Mike. Now, today we'll be talking about the 2021 Ford Bronco Sport, or the Baby Bronco as I like to call it. When Ford had the unveiling of the iconic Bronco name, well, we saw the two-door Bronco, my favorite. And then they showed us the four-door Bronco, which was different, revolutionary. The Bronco's always been a two-door, but now we have a four-door because this is competing with the Jeep two-door and the Jeep four-door or the Limited. And it was cool, interesting. But then they also showed us this, the Bronco Sport, a more affordable way to get the Bronco name in a fun little off-road package. Now, a lot of people don't know, is this Bronco going to live up to the name Bronco? I think it will. I think the Bronco Sport truly deserves the right to be called a Bronco. So there's a lot to talk about, so let's get started. We'll talk about the styling. Just look at the front end. It has the grille that goes all the way across that spells out Bronco. The lights, these nice little incandescent bulbs in the base trims going up to LEDs, are reminiscent of its big brother, the full-size Bronco. And yes, it has its own unique little styling cues, but you can tell it's part of the Bronco family. Now going to the side profile. And here's where I really like this vehicle, nice and boxy. A lot of vehicles nowadays are smooth and rounded, and they all kind of blend in, they're kind of boring, but this truly stands out. Nice body lines, and to be honest, it reminds me of an older Land Rover, the old Discos or the LR2s. It's a good look for it. And the rims. You can get old school steel rims, well obviously painted of course, and they look stylish, as well as some very sporty rims. I really like how, depending on the trim you pick, the grille will change, the rims will change, to truly make every vehicle feel different and unique. Now going to the rear end, still nice and boxy, and on the back it spells out Bronco Sport. The cool thing about this rear end is the glass part will open up independent of the tailgate itself, which is a nice feature. Back in the day, basically any crossover or SUV used to do that, and now it's hard to find. If you have something small, it's nice to just pop open the glass and throw it in there. Overall, I really like the exterior. It's nice, it's rugged, it's boxy, it's more masculine, of lack of a better word for it. I like it a lot. It truly does stand out amongst a bunch of curvy, small compact vehicles. Now going into the interior. And this interior really stands out. Compared to its brother, the Escape, they both share the same platform, you can tell it's way different in comparison. Yes, the hard buttons and the console are very similar to each other, but other than that, everything seems different and unique. The steering wheel has the prancing, bucking Bronco right on it. It's a nice little touch to remind you this is a Bronco. The gauge cluster has a nice big screen there. It's changeable. It shows you the modes you're in. And the G.O.A.T modes. And what does that mean? It means goes on any terrain. And it truly does. On the base model, you get 5 G.O.A.T modes. That allows the four-wheel drive system to act its best depending on the terrain you're on, whether it be snow, sand, mud, etc. The four-wheel drive system can torque vector, send power to different wheels, getting you out of any situation, or making you have a little bit more fun in any situation. The cool thing about it is just a flick of a knob. Nice and easy, you can set up the modes, and everything does it all by itself. Now, yes, you have that nice little screen there, but going to your center, you have an 8-inch screen standard. It's Sync 3. I don't know why they didn't just put Sync 4 in here. I'm pretty sure Sync 4 will probably come in the next year or so, but it is the latest version of Sync 3. Pretty good resolution, it's easy to use, has good features to it, and you still have hard touch buttons like I said. A volume knob, a tuning knob, and below that for your climate controls, nice buttons. They feel pretty good, and it's nice because you can use them when you have gloves on. Overall, the interior is nice. My one little nitpick will be the gear selector. It's the rotary knob. It's not my favorite. Now, to be completely different from the Escape, they should have had a gear lever. That's a little bit more macho, more rugged, but they did this instead. That'd be my one little gripe about it. Overall, the interior looks much different compared to its brother, the Escape, and you have nice seats. The cool thing is, depending on the trim you pick, you can get nice two-tone variants, like a black and brown. It's cool to see these little things that can change the trim pieces up here and there to make each trim feel different and unique. Now let's talk about those trims. There's the base trim. That's your entry level. It's in the mid 26,000s, and all models are standard with four-wheel drive. Going up from there, you have the Big Bend. The Big Bend adds a few more luxury features as well as some styling cues to make it different from the base model. When you go up from there, you get the Outer Banks. Now the Outer Banks has some more off-road goodies. It looks a little bit more rugged. The wheel choices are a little bit more sporty, and there's a lot of accessories for this vehicle. We'll get there in just a second. But after that, the Badlands. Now the Badlands is the most off-road trim. It's the top of the food chain for right now. I guarantee it later on they're going to add more trims. But the Badlands gives you the most ground clearance. 8.8 inches of ground clearance. A special off-road suspension, Under Armour skid plates, and just a plethora of little off-road goodies. You get 7 of those G.O.A.T modes instead of 5. And overall, it's the best looking in my opinion because of the styling cues, and it's the most off-road capable. Now, what will this compete with? Well, it kind of competes with the little Jeeps, the Renegade, as well as the Compass. They have their trail-rated versions of those vehicles, the Trailhawks. This is going to compete with that. It's nice to see that finally Ford has this nice little off-roader that will compete with some of these other vehicles. It'll also compete with the Subarus. A lot of snow states have big Subaru purchases because a lot of people feel a little bit more safe having four-wheel drive. And the good thing about the Bronco Sport, like I said, is four-wheel drive is standard on all models. So if you're just someone that wants four-wheel drive, you can get a base Bronco. Now if you're someone that just likes the styling cues, you can get like a mid-trim because there's so many different accessories that can make each vehicle personalized to you. And if you want to do some off-roading, go with that Badlands. Overall, the Bronco Sport is this nice little off-road package, inside and out. I think it looks very good, and I think it'll be a great seller. But what powers it? Well, an 8-speed automatic is your transmission. There's no manual transmission, unfortunately, but you have 2 power plants. On the base engine, it's a 1.5 liter 3-cylinder. Now, don't let that fool you. It makes 181 horsepower and 190 pound-feet of torque, which is actually pretty good. A lot of people driving it says, hey, it feels pretty peppy, and it's more than enough to move this vehicle around. You have to remember, its competitors, even the Chevy Trailblazer, are starting to get smaller and smaller engines. The Trailblazer, as well as the Encore GX, have 2 3-cylinder options, and so far people are loving those. They're quite peppy, they might not sound the best, but they get the job done, and they're pretty fuel efficient. Now, if you're someone that wants more power, or if you go up to the higher trims, you can get the 2-liter turbo engine. That makes 245 horsepower and 275 pound-feet of torque. That will really get this little Bronco Sport moving. That's my engine I would pick. It's an engine that's found on a lot of different Ford vehicles. They constantly improve it, and paired to the 8-speed automatic, it's a good pairing. Overall, like I said, the Bronco Sport I think will be a great seller for Ford. I like the exterior, I like the interior. I really wish they would have added Sync 4 right from the get-go, as well as having a gear lever. But I think it's a great step, and I'm happy that the Ford Bronco is now the Bronco family. And I wonder, are we going to get that Bronco truck in the future? Will it be based off of this Bronco Sport, or will it be based off of the larger regular Bronco? Who knows? But I'm excited to see what people think of this vehicle the more and more it comes out to dealerships, and to see the Bronco family come back finally. We waited so long to see the Bronco name, and it's finally here. So let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think of the Bronco Sport? Now personally, I think it looks great, but I do like the bigger Bronco better, especially the 2-door. But I want to know, what do you guys think of it? Does it deserve the Bronco name? Now please, if you haven't already, check out my channel. I keep trying to add more and more videos with different content. I just want to be entertaining, give you guys some information, but I would love to know what you guys think of it, and what do you guys want to see in the videos. And please, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. That way you guys can stay up to date with the latest and greatest from my channel. And I thank you so much for watching once again, and I'll see you all in the next one.